Hey everybody, welcome back to Champion Sons and our City Skylines 2 series here in Averageton County. So I have done some stuff off camera and I kind of just let the city grow a little bit. So you will notice we are now at level 7. When before we were about halfway through with level 5, looking to get up to level 6. So just taking a look around, there's been a couple things that we've done. And some things that cosmetically that I'm going to end up doing probably in this episode. And that is going to be dealing with some of it with the farms, right? So how this farm is outlined, that's kind of what I want to do with these other farms over here, and actually probably move them back just a little bit each way and put a row of trees to kind of block them off from the roadway point of view. That's really about it for that. Now we've got a hell of a traffic jam, and there's no end in sight for it, so it's kind of one of those whatever, it happens. Once we really start to expand and we have everybody having multiple options other than this one road choice to come into the city, into this outskirts, into this, I guess I would say outside city. We still have it named as Unknown Town right now. I haven't decided on a name for this city yet. The smaller city, and the Metroplex is going to be right up in here or right off over here. Now that way we will start to have other highway connections, and I'll eventually end up building a highway. Where's that plane going? Got it. Destination Liberty Center. Origin Theodore. Good Lord. Okay. Well, whatever. But it's going to be happening there. And then as we expand and make our small farming community over here, because this is all fertile land, we are going to be adding in additional connection routes. And honestly, I'm probably going to run a highway, I figure, from here all the way down and around. Basically like a little loop highway down and around or off over that way, and then major road to go straight through downtown kind of situation there. I haven't really decided that yet. We are kind of far away from that, but that's what we are looking at. Now, a couple other things I've done is filled in a lot of this area with the trees. I like how that looks for it. I did add in another forestry center, and then I didn't have enough points at the time for a recycling center or anything as the game was playing, and we ran out of garbage space, so I did add in another landfill just real quickly. But once we put in our recycle center, that's going to be completely taken care of. We won't have to worry about having one of these things anymore within our city, or I'll just keep the one maybe within the city, right? So while we were letting it play out, office demand did shoot up. So we've got a lot of offices spread throughout our downtown area. And actually, these centers right here are meant mainly for, I think they're zoned as commercial, and they are. They are zoned as commercial, but what I'm actually going to do, since we have the development points now, we got a place coming up there, another one coming up there. But what I'm going to do now, since we do have the expansion points, one, I'm going to get roundabouts because we need that. Two, I'm going to get the parking areas because I definitely need to have parking lots throughout. One, it's going to limit the amount of traffic that we have coming in, or that we have really driving around through here. And that is perfect size. Got that one in. Boom, that one is in there. And I really don't mind having to, if I had to tear down a couple of these buildings, so be it. Just to make space. Like this one. Yeah, I'm doing it. That's a decent sized office building that'll pop up right there, so I'm not too worried about that. Now here is in front of the high school. I did want to make sure to get a large parking lot out in front of the high school, right? I just think it's one of those things that's kind of needed for a larger kind of high school, and how full it's getting pretty damn full. So I'm going to put Ooh, very large park. Ooh, doesn't even fit. No, I'm just going to go with a large parking here. One. And then, yeah, I'm going to keep it like that. So 2 there. And then I'm going to dress up the rest of this area with walking path and so forth. One thing you'll notice from the last episode is I did put a lot of the mixed housing units in here. There's that one little fellow that got stuck. The mixed units, and I actually like how they turned out. They did pretty well. You know, they are a little bit, obviously some of them are a little bit on the larger side, but what I don't mind is that they're far enough away from the downtown corridor that you don't really see them all that much as you come driving into the city. As you can see, like this whole thing. Let me just add in a larger roundabout since I did unlock it. Medium. Yeah, we're going to do it. Oh, man, that may not do anything at all, now that I think about it. Probably should just get large roads and upgrade the road, but either way. So, I did add in a little pedestrian bridge crossing over the major roadway, but if you do look, so let's get down to as close to peep level as you can. When you are driving through, it's not something where you're going to see them very much. You get a little brief glimpse of them, but not too bad. And so, you know, I think they work pretty well for the height-wise. Same with these here in the distance. The city's only got 12,000 people, so it's one of those I'm not sure. Would we really need something this big? Probably not in reality. You know, medium row housing and maybe smaller apartment complexes, which I wish we could do that here in this is go ahead and put up some small, like basically wider ones. So take I think this is an office, yeah. So make an office this wide, just a couple stories bigger, right? Then just make that in a small apartment complex. That would be pretty fine. That would work out and fit pretty perfectly with where we're trying to put things. I've got probably a little perfect spot for, barely too big. You've got to be kidding me. Yeah, I'll put that in. Now, let me get a walking path. I don't want it to snap to anything. I'll put that path in there. So, it's pretty, yeah, that'll work. I probably need to go through some of these residential neighborhoods and start putting pathways or parking lots in as well, especially for the ones that have more of the heavier or denser populated areas. Probably just would make much more sense. Now, we did kind of level off where we had enough sprawl coming. Then we lost a lot of the population demand as far as homes and stuff. So I did add in a few parks and kind of dress up the areas around them. And man, it shot the demand up in those areas, even all the way over here. Putting in this large park, we started seeing these things, these little neighborhoods and stuff pop in. So I think that worked out pretty damn well for us in the end. But now it's just dealing with traffic at this stage, and I hate traffic. I really do. Where is... Oh, is that a light? I never removed that light. Okay. Yeah. Remove that light. Remove that light. Yeah, remove that light. Move that one. And that one. Okay. So we got those removed. Hopefully that'll help clear some of that up, but I doubt it. Until I get some larger roads and some other routes in and through around here, it's going to be a little hectic in the traffic sector. But hey, it is what it is. That's just the way the world works sometimes. I said we added in our tree industry, and then yeah, our schools are filling up. Now that's the problem. So the elementary school is almost full. and so is the high school that we looked at earlier. It's also almost full. I'm probably going to put in a new one. I don't know about high school. I think I might do a new high school if I go elementary school here and then high school here. Or I don't know. We'll have to see how it kind of works out. But these are some definite areas where I could squeeze one in. And it would be a smaller one. It wouldn't be a major one. Another damn car wreck. You got to be kidding me. All right. Well, car wrecks happen. But that's kind of what we're looking at. Now, looking at expansion, right? So we've got 31 expansion permits. I don't want to use them all right now. I haven't really decided where do I want to go over here with our farming, or a couple little farming cities, because this would be one, and then I would make this kind of a separate one for the most part. One thing I do know that I want to do, and I think we need to do, is go ahead and get this corner done, which I'm going to go ahead and purchase that right now, because it does have the oil in it, and that is one of the bigger things that we're going to work on today is the oil, kind of moving some of this industry out this direction as well. So that's going to be a couple of the bigger things that we're going to look at doing here in this episode. Now I'd say let's go ahead and hop into it, and I'll be back after the time-lapse portion and we get stuff going. So I'll see y'all here in a little bit, everybody. guys, we got a pretty good amount of stuff done in this episode. We got a lot of the farms kind of really hitting off a little bit better, which I do like how that looks. I think driving down that way, it is just going to be a better appearance. And then, once we got those in, we noticed that we did finally get a unique office space building, which is actually a really good looking building that we were able to get put in here. And it does work out pretty well. It fits perfectly right along our main street here. Probably just need to rename that versus what it already is. Birdsong, whatever. Not all that big of a deal to me in all reality. But we also got plenty of parking spaces put in, and those are going to start being used. Now we're at about 14,000 people, and I might end up putting in a bus depot here in the next episode. I'm working on some public transportation so we can get, transportation to the schools, in through the neighborhoods, and into the downtown kind of area. I have a couple different routes going from a depot just around this section here, and then obviously these other little subsets of places. That's kind of what we're going to be going for in the next episode. Is I want to continue to get this really kind of completed. So if we get these areas kind of filled in as best we can before we move on to our new cities, to a new little town or cities. We've got a fire raging off a car accident. Good Lord. Oh well. Things like that do happen every now and then. There's another car accident. My goodness. This is ridiculous. We got traffic backed up for miles. God knows how far that really goes. And I really need to upgrade this. I probably should. In the next episode, we'll invest in some larger roads. And we'll kind of get this stuff maybe flowing a little bit better on it. I don't have the traffic mod, so keep in mind this is a pretty vanilla version. It's got the basic updates, but I don't have the traffic mod on. I have it installed. I'm not playing with it on this game version. So the thing about it, if I could, I would be, this lane only would be for going right instead of straight. This lane right here would be just to go straight and turn left. It would be that simple. Unfortunately, don't have the capability to do that without the traffic mod, so may have to keep a watch on it. Also, I could upgrade this road as well. This might be an easier road to upgrade in a sense, just because I don't have a whole lot of stuff going along right here. But once again, that's something we'll have to check out in the next episode as we go through this. So this is our city. We don't have a name for it yet. I still haven't decided on one based from what we've seen in the comments. So we are still working on that, which hopefully we should get a name going pretty soon. And so yeah, that's kind of where we stand with this city. Next episode, like I said, probably going to be, we're going to get a bus route going, get some more industry put in, and then we will look to finally expand into either our little farming city over there, or take everything out and start going towards a metroplex. I mean, we do have 28 expansion points, so we've got plenty to use at this point, at this stage. Just can't be afraid to not use them. So gonna leave y'all off with a couple of little clips from just zooming through the city, and I will see y'all in the next episode, everybody. So as always, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.